I'm in tune with nature.
Oh, I guess you are. Welcome to Not Today Cancer. We will share with you what Darren was just talking about in a second. But welcome if you're here for the first time. Darren and I are husband and wife, both with a cancer diagnosis, or had. You currently have. I do not have.
I got it. You don't got it.
And we hop on here to inspire others and just show them that you can get through this time. It's not easy. You're going to have difficult days, but you can get through it. You can grow through it, and you can become stronger after it. So that is why we hop on here every week. We are doing another edition, outside edition. How are you liking these outside editions?
I like it, but you know what happens every time? If we're outside, all of a sudden the lawnmower guy
maybe
comes
they
through.
won't. Maybe they won't.
That's what I'm praying right now.
Yeah. Today's topic, by the way, is going to be debunking myths of cancer. So we've got a lot in store for you today. We're going to, of course, dive into Darren's update on him and how he's been doing and any new changes with him. But do you hear all the birds?
I know. It's so nice.
It's so fun. And by the way, there's an app. Darren, you may not know this. There's an app that you can get. I can't remember the name right now. I have it. And it listens and it can tell you exactly what bird is chirping.
What?
Yes.
It's like that artificial intelligence thing. It's
I know.
the same thing.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So it rained heavy, and so my cushions right now, my butt is like soaking.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I know. I'm just kind of dealing with it. But we're outside.
We are.
And we don't get that very often here in Michigan. That's where we live. So hopefully you're enjoying these editions. All right, Darren. How are you? What's happening? What's going on in your world?
I think we're getting closer to solving the mystery of my dizziness and all this. I'm going to go down on my medicine.
Again, even from last week.
I'm taking another step.
Yeah, even from last week, he is doing better, but he still has moments where, he wakes up and he's good, but then about 45 minutes after he takes the medication, it's like redonkulous. Yeah. And, like he has to use a walker to get around. In fact,
so funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys, guess what all of a sudden showed up like this week, sometime since our last episode, is all of a sudden this big, huge van backs up into our driveway. I'm looking out my window. I'm like, what is that? And it says Care Link on it. I'm like, oh, it's Darren's wheelchair. And literally, here's the beautiful thing. We don't really need it right this second.
Right.
We thought we were. I mean, you guys, he couldn't walk. And I think it will be good because he can't walk very long. His legs get really tired and we have some things coming up. So it'll be really helpful for the events that are coming. Mm-hmm. And we have it now when we need it in case there's something that does happen.
Well, I think the walker, I got a new walker, which is pretty sick. In fact, I think Drew and I should trick that thing out a little bit.
I mean, like, who says that? Who says that about equipment?
People with style.
I know, but when I would think, I'm just saying, if this were me and I all of a sudden have a wheelchair showing up and I have a walker and now I have a shower seat, like
I have a cane.
A cane.
I got a really cool cane too.
I would be like maybe slightly sad
or unattracted to me probably.
No, but I'm just like, this is so weird that he handles this in the way that he does, because that would not be me.
I know.
I would be struggling.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know.
Are you really okay with it?
I totally, I mean, I don't want to use it, but when it comes down to it, I know that when I was walking with a cane at that card show, I felt pretty cool, but I definitely did need it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it helps. The cane actually helps with my balance. So it's not like I put that much pressure on it, but I get really unsteady. And so it really does help with it.
Yeah. Crazy that's where we are.
It's bananas.
But, he's got a great attitude. It's a little bit difficult for me. I'm not going to lie. And I think he knows that too. I mean, I'm proud of his attitude and I'm grateful for his attitude, but I'm also like, you know, it's a hard thing. Like, imagine if I was in your shoes and you were watching your wife all of a sudden getting equipment, and it was a walker and a wheelchair, and
that's not
you didn't
gonna
see.
happen.
No, I'm just saying, how would you feel? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but how would that make you feel if I was in your shoes?
I would be the exact same way. I would be like, oh my God, that, you know, she has to go through this. And,
Right.
And I think because it hasn't happened that severely yet, I think, what are we talking about? Are we talking about you?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, put yourself in my shoes. What if this were me? Because, you know, your attitude is fantastic about it, but I'm a little bit like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I would be devastated, because I think it almost seems like the disease is progressing.
Right.
Because
That's exactly where my mind goes.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But what if just watching you, or I don't know how to say it. See, that's part of the thing right now. My the way I'm thinking, the way my thought process is, Jenny's starting already to have to help me with things that I didn't have to do. I'm really good in the taking care of the outside, though.
Yeah.
I worked so hard, but it takes me half or more than half the time that it does for other people.
Double or triple.
Or triple.
Quadruple, maybe. But it's where it's his happy place. So
wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah. You can say whatever you want.
Can I talk about my tunnel?
Oh boy, you
for the beer?
guys. He was like, I mean, there's so many activities, or not activities, but things that could be done within this house that need to get done. And he's out there for hours building a tunnel or cutting out a tunnel for deer
to come through. Because
but you don't think the deer know how to navigate the forest?
I'm trying to make it easier for him.
He was like, I can't wait for you to see my tunnel. And I'm going to keep going until I reach the pond. I go, Darren, that's somebody else's backyard. You cannot be cutting through somebody else's backyard.
It's not. It's the community area.
Okay, well, trust me. Let's just, you did a beautiful thing.
I did.
Let's just leave it how it is, and we'll go from there. But I will tell you this. We have the cutest 3 little babies. They're like little Bambis. Like, if you're not following my stories, you should. But I shared a story of them running around and playing. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I can't believe how small they were.
Yeah.
But don't we have a topic we got to get at right now?
Debunking.
Sorry, everybody.
That's okay.
Debunking. That's the first time you've ever said that word.
Okay, whatever. But it's not actually. But I will tell you is. I feel like you and I just had a therapy session live, because we really haven't had that conversation. Like, I have been trying to be super positive because he's positive, but like when I saw that van show up and then I realized what it was, like my heart sank a little bit.
It's not that it was. I didn't really know that it was coming. I mean, they talked about it.
Yeah, but we didn't. They didn't ever say we're coming tomorrow to bring it, so we didn't know. But I
was so happy about it when it came, and Jenny's like, "Oh God!"
I know. He was like, "Look at it! It's like all black. It's murdered out. Like I'm super sick. Look at. I've got a little thing I can put here." And I'm like, "OMG, this is my life."
I thought they were gonna deliver like some. Old one from 20 years ago.
Silver one.
Yeah.
He's like, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's, I think, the one and only person I know of that is excited about equipment, wheelchairs, and walkers.
I just looked at. We've spent 9 minutes
Guess
on this.
What?
So
Guess what? People love to hear about you. So
really?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
If you could screenshot this, send me a message and say, yes, Darren, we want to hear from you in what's going on, and then I can show it to you. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Debunking myths of cancer. First one is, this is such an important one, because I think we all go through it the second we're diagnosed. You think of it as it's a death sentence. And it's over, lights out. And that is so not the truth. Mm-hmm. Yes, It can happen. It does happen. But the percentage of people, specifically for breast cancer, I interviewed somebody recently, and I want to say she said 94% of breast cancers are fully cured. 94%, you guys, that is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what you mean. Instead of us focusing on, oh my gosh, this could potentially, my life is over. Instead of focusing on that, focus on, yeah, I'm going to be part of that 94% where I'm going to get through this. I'm going to thrive through it. I'm going to become better after, and this is not going to take me. And I think when you focus on that and you start incorporating tools into your life just to help you live a fuller, happier, healthier life, you're going to get through it.
And I think one thing about the breast cancer is, the possibility for people that they might have to lose their breasts. And I'm sure that is a kind of or I'm starting to not talk well, but there's layers to that.
Yeah.
There's way more things that, yes, the cancer is gone, but then some people have to really make that decision to lose their breasts.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. I think what you're saying is that when you are diagnosed, like if you are new and you're just like newly diagnosed, it doesn't mean that you automatically are going to have a double mastectomy. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. There's so many different levels to it, and there's so many different options. There's so many different therapies. Mm-hmm. Breast cancer is not a one and done thing. There's so many different stages and grades and ER and PR and HER2, and like it's insane. It's a monster. So, but just keep in mind and tell yourself and write down every day, you're going to be part of that 94%.
Yeah.
As an affirmation every day.
I do want to talk about the fact that I don't want to insult people, because there's a huge, not huge, but a percentage of people that can't do anything about it.
Of course, and I said that.
Okay.
I mean, 94%. There is still people who are going to lose their lives to it, for sure. It doesn't matter how much thinking they do. They're not doing anything wrong. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
This sucks, but I'm just saying there's a bigger percentage that can overcome it, and that's what you need to focus on.
Yes.
Okay, myth number 2. Cancer is always caused by lifestyle choices. It is not. While certain lifestyle factors like smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, poor diet, lack of exercise can increase your risk of developing cancer, it's crucial to recognize that cancer can affect anyone.
Right.
Even those that are healthy. I remember people would say to me when I was first diagnosed, but you're healthy. How can this happen to you? And what's the point of even being healthy if you're going to get cancer anyway? There's so much more to that. It's insane. Like, maybe right now with all the changes I've made, maybe I would have gotten heart disease, but now I'm not because of the healthy lifestyle I live now.
Exactly. It's, I think Jen's doing all the right things, but it's still sometimes it doesn't
matter. You can't blame, you can't go back. And the other thing is I also think of like what I'm doing and like living a healthier life and exercising. By doing that, are you kidding me? That is for my mental health.
Yeah.
More than anything.
So the percentages of, I want to talk about the being hereditary.
Yes.
And so that's another thing that sometimes it's just
95% of new diagnoses of breast cancer is not hereditary. So
really?
Yes. So many people think it is linked to your heredity. It's not.
I did not know that. It's
literally cells. It's the cells in your body that do something wrong. I can't remember how they put it, but there's a scientific formula to it, of course. But it's your cells basically making an error and screwing up. That's the bottom line of what it is. But it's typically not a hereditary thing. Only 5% of breast cancers are. Is that insane?
You are like so smart.
Well,
do you know that?
I'm not, but I've done a lot of research. I mean, I'm not smart on everything. I do the research.
I think I have some traits that are better than yours.
Okay. Oh my God.
It's true.
Okay.
I just got dumber, like over because of my stuff.
Okay. All right. The third one is my cancer treatment is always painful and debilitating. It's not. So when you hear horror stories about chemo or radiation or the hormone blocking meds, it doesn't mean that that's going to be that way for you. I have heard of women, I've talked with a million women and that have either gone through chemo and they've sailed, well, maybe not sailed. I don't think anybody's like sailed through chemo, but have done really well on it. And then I've heard women that are literally like, I don't even know how I survived it. Same with radiation and same with hormone blocking meds. And I'm fine on the hormone blocking meds. I hear a lot of women on tamoxifen who have no issues. Our bodies are all unique, made differently, and are going to respond differently to treatments or whatever. So don't let somebody else's story become yours, because I think what can happen is we focus on Sally who went through radiation or chemo, and your mind just keeps going to that place of how sick or how debilitating it was for her, and then you start kind of taking that on. Our minds are powerful. So start focusing on things that aren't going to, that may not happen to you. In fact, I think knowledge is power, but I think it's important. You don't need to know all the details. You don't need to know all of the potential side effects. Our daughter right now, she's pregnant, by the way. Yes, we're going to be grandparents. I'm Gigi, and
I'm Cash.
Cash, Papa Cash.
No, well, I'm just going straight Cash.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of strange, but oh well.
All right, Papa Cash.
I thought it was Papa Cash. But she has the type of personality where she will read something and believes it and takes it on. And so she's been looking at all the potential symptoms that you can have with pregnancy, and literally she has them all. And not that I'm saying, I do believe that these symptoms are happening too, but she even like looks ahead, like this is what's supposed to happen this part of the trimester, and she just assumes it's going to happen.
Yeah, she assumes the worst, and what happens is it kind of becomes, it's almost like she feels it, but maybe even it, what I mean? It's almost talking yourself into all the bad things that could happen.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God, you guys, I'm taking off my sweatshirt out here.
I like it when Jenny just has to
start taking off clothes.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Oh my God, I promise.
Both sexually and
Darren.
No, I'm like
I have a shirt on right now. Okay, nobody worry. Okay, so then the next one, and this is one that I want you to hear me out on. A myth is alternative therapies alone can cure cancer. Well, that's not what I believe, okay? I believe in the combination of both, by doing the treatment and then also taking on the responsibility in doing some alternative therapies. Now, that's not to say that somebody can't do this. I have read and heard of many women and people that have had radical remissions from it, but that's not what I would dare to do. And I think it's important, whatever you choose, you have to fully believe. I believe in miracles. We're reading a book in the book club in my community right now called Dying to Be Me. And she had a near-death experience where she was like at the, stage 4, at the end of her illness. Basically, they even said all of her organs were shutting down, and she had a near-death experience, and then came back and was completely healed.
Yeah, that's mindset is everything.
But when I say that, don't think of like, oh my God, well, my loved one, they wanted to be here. Just know, I recommend getting that book, Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. She's amazing. And it's a hard read. It can be triggering, but because there's some chapters where it might bring back all the feels, but hearing her beautiful near-death experience, and it just gives you kind of hope for what could happen, and it makes you more peaceful and calm and not so fearful of death and dying. But in that, her radical remission, like, that happened. I believe in miracles. I mean, I believe Darren is a walking miracle.
Yeah, I am.
He follows all the treatment, though. He does all the treatment. He doesn't do any of the extras. And that's what he fully believes in.
Yeah, the thing is, I do believe, like, people that do it all natural, I believe it. You know what I mean? I personally don't want to do it.
Right.
But I'm not going to knock somebody and say they're doing it wrong.
Correct.
It's your journey.
Exactly.
So, but that's just my thinking.
Not that we're recommending that. You have to do whatever you fully believe in. And I believed in all the treatment that I did. I mean, you just have to believe in whatever you did.
Yeah. In my scenario, I actually embrace the fact that I'm going through it, except for catheters. That's the only thing that I'm afraid of, really, in this, when I'm in the hospital and stuff like that. But I embrace the fact that even though it's painful, that embracing it, and I use it as like, it's a new life experience.
Yeah.
Very few people have went through what I go through.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's another part of my life that, even though it hurts, it's just like a challenge to me.
Yeah.
So, and when it's all done, I'm kind of like, wow, I can't believe I went through this kind of stuff. So
that's what's so powerful when I'm talking with women who are newly diagnosed and in the thick of it. And I remember being there thinking, like, I don't even know how I'm going to, like, survive this and get over to the other side of it and feel powerful like everybody keeps saying I'm going to. But you do. Even every little step of it, you're like, you may feel like garbage, or maybe you don't. But you will be like, I just did that. I did that. Okay. And it gives you confidence of what you are capable of, which is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
You hear that?
It's a helicopter.
It's the Devosses. Wonder where they're going.
I know. You ever think about, like, we're just taking a ride and for fun?
No, I think they're wherever. They're driving to some meeting. Sorry, we digress.
If I had a helicopter, I would jump in it every day.
I wouldn't want to own a helicopter. I just would prefer to get in a car. But isn't that funny? That is, if you know the DeVosses or the Amway, they live about a mile and a half away from us. And so that's their helicopter. Anyway, all right, let's get on to it. We've got one more. So the last myth is this one's really important, is once treatment ends, cancer is completely gone and done and it's over. You think that and you hope that. We all hope that. Like, I wanted to get to that last radiation treatment and then go back to my old self. But you don't. Oh my gosh, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're like, wait, what just happened to me? And you're a little overwhelmed and you don't know how to go back to the person you were before that. And everything changes and you don't know how to really go forward. And I think that's where most women struggle. Mm-hmm. And we discuss this a lot in the community. So if you're not there, I don't know what you're waiting for. By the way, did you know you could join for $7 for 2 weeks right now? Yes, you can. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that for.
Bananas.
It's just like a trial where you can just check it out. And then if you just decide to stay, it's only $19.99 a month. And it is insane. We've got a book club. We have a fun club. We have, wherever you are in your, whether it's in treatment, newly diagnosed, or your post-treatment, there's a chat for you. There is a meal swap, a fit talk. There's little mini challenges. Like, we have live where we meet up in live sessions. Like, it's so incredible and I'm so proud of it. So if you even want to just check it out, it's $7 for 2 weeks.
I'm so proud of you for doing this. Because I keep saying, I'm like, why are we not charging more?
Oh my gosh, I know.
Because
it should be worth a lot more. It might go up one day. It might. So I'm not even lying, because what I'm putting into it, it's turning into be something so more. So if you're thinking about it, it could go up one day. So right now it's only $19.99.
I want to charge $100.
Okay, but then I'm not going to charge $100 ever. But I will tell you this, another thing that's coming now that we're on the topic is if you are not dealing with the diagnosis, or are, either way, and you are in menopause or perimenopause, you're trying to figure out how to navigate that, I have a new, like a mini, it's like a quick course, like it touches on all areas of menopause. Although the only thing I don't discuss is HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy. And the reason being is I can't take it. So, but we talk about sex and loss of libido and all those things. We talk about diet and how that needs to change in menopause, and your workouts and exercise, and just so many things. So that's coming. It's not available yet, but it's almost finished. Just a little more tweak on it. Probably be ready next week.
Okay.
So yeah, but so just remember that you may feel like crap after you're done with treatment, and it might even take that you need to go talk to somebody. You might need a therapist or a doctor. Don't sit with this. These feelings are real. You have just gone through PTSD, and you might need extra help.
Yeah. So when that help is available to you, take it.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, those are debunking the myths. I hope you loved this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review, and we will be back on next week.
Yep. Peace and love.
We out.
We out.